All right, good morning. Oh, I'm gonna say good morning. Good evening. All right, so good evening, everybody. We will be going live with the Reliable Representation show in about a minute and something. So we just here hanging out in the studio with the one and only, the handyman. He's been playing some good records. You know, old folks call them records. He's been spinning some good records for us this evening. Got it sounded good in here. We've got a very, very interesting show this evening. We're going to just talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to just talk about stuff going on around town. You know, we freestyle it most of the time, so we're just going to freestyle and talk about what we got going on around Jackson, Hines County, and most importantly, District 66. So we're about a minute out. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the lady of the hour, the one and only Mrs. Brittany Bowman.
Hey everyone.
And so we are here and we're going to be going live in just a minute. Hey, make sure you say hello to us. Let us know you're there so we can send you a shout out. We see people here, but I don't know who it is. So make sure there we go, get it. There we go. We're trying to make sure we got, oh yeah, we got it. Okay. Trying to make sure we got everything good for y'all so that y'all can hear us because this is going to be a very good show. Ain't going to be a good show.
If you say so,
If I say so, we'll make sure, Michael, you got Mike got everything ready. So it's gonna be a good show. I got she co-signed on it. So I'm excited to see what we're gonna talk about.
Me too. This is a good show, so I know you got some great stuff lined up. I'm ready to hear it.
It's always great stuff going on around us. Oh, y'all, it's getting quiet. When it get quiet, you know what time it is. It's getting quiet. Remember Jason? Well, false alarm, y'all. We getting it together. We getting it together. So, see, that's how good the show gonna be. So it's so much suspense. You gotta keep everybody in suspense. You had to know we're gonna keep them in suspense because it's gonna be a good show.
I see you have your documents over there.
I do.
So you ready to talk. So that's why it's gonna be good because you
That's
got
gonna be good.
documentation.
Look, highlighted and everything. You gotta be ready.
Receipts tonight.
You got to sit. Gotta have it. We believe in facts. Hey there, cuz. How you doing? Constable Eddie A. Smith, the best constable in Yazoo County. That's my cousin, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, cuz.
Yazoo has a lot of people up there.
We got some great people in Yazoo. What you talking about? Greatness. Greatness out of Yazoo. All right, y'all. Look, got quiet again. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Get the drum roll.
Are you doing drum roll?
90.1 WMPI. It's 59 minutes on the backside of 5 o'clock. But every Thursday comes your way from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Reliable representation with your host, Representative Fabian Nelson, and co-host, Brittany. 90.1 WMPI. Now it's time to go to your host, Fabian Nelson, and also Miss Brittany co-host.
Good evening, everybody, and thank y'all so much for tuning in and joining us this evening. I tell you, it feels really good to be back in the studio. I was doing some traveling last week, and although I was here virtually and in spirit, I still missed y'all. So it's nothing like being here live in the studio. And how you doing today, Miss it's Brittany. Handy, you got it. How you doing?
They're in here cracking jokes on me this evening. How's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone is good, bracing themselves for some more bad weather. What I'm told we're expecting.
Yes, got storms moving in. I think late tonight, gonna storm tomorrow. And so I was out riding through the district today, just trying to make sure. So I was just kind of just riding and looking around at things. We got some drainage issues going on a few roads, and so got to get with the board of supervisors on those things. But we're getting ready.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have another spot for him with you with Hines County Public Works.
All right, hey, I'm ready. All you do, look, give me my tools, whatever it is I need, and I'll be out there and get it done. You know, we gotta serve the people. And so, yeah, we got some bad weather coming in. What kind of tips can you give people to prepare for bad weather?
Honestly, the greatest tips of all, make certain, let me say this on a serious tip though, Make certain you all are not throwing trash out, because that trash and litter debris does help clog up the drainage systems. So make certain that you all are not doing that. But as far as the rain goes, make certain as well you're safe, you're in your prayer closet or in whatever closet you decide to go in, bracing yourself for the bad weather. Definitely listen to the weather alerts that are coming on television, so that you can closely monitor what you need to be doing for you and your families on a serious note.
That is very true. And I want to say good evening to Miss Mary Briley, all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Miss
Hey,
Mary, thank you for tuning in. And yes, so that's a very good point. Everybody listening right now, make sure you charge your cell phones up. So while you have power, go ahead and charge those devices up. So if you lose lights, you can at least have your cell phone. If you have a weather radio, make sure you sleep with it on tonight, because sometimes storms come in the middle of the night. And so just make sure you do those things to be prepared. You know, we are praying for the best, but we are preparing for the worst, because you never know what can happen with these storms. And we always have a lot of storms come through around this time of year.
We do.
Tornadoes and all those things, but it's going to be fine. We are here, and you know, if it comes to that, just know we're going to do whatever we can to get the resources to you that you need and to get you back online as soon as we possibly can. And we have had a lot of things going on in the capital city. Unfortunately, yesterday there was a murder over in North Jackson at Palm Bridges Park. A young man, Mr. Melvin McNair Jr., lost his life. And we just want to ask everybody to please keep their family in your prayers. Please keep our city in your prayers. You know, it's so disheartening when you turn the news on and you're constantly hearing about our, not only young people, but just hearing about our people losing their lives over senseless things. You know, that's a permanent, it's a permanent thing when you take someone's life. You know, you have taken their life away from them, and you've also taken your life, because you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail. The families, they have lost their loved one. Your family has lost you. And so it's just not worth it. You know, we get in these temporary situations and we do these things that are going to permanently affect us. Let's put these guns down. And I want to say the suspect, I think, was 19 years old. And so that young man, his whole life is thrown away because of the bad decision that he made. And he accomplished absolutely nothing out of it. So we just going to keep praying for the family, keep praying for our city. We do have a few other condolences that we want to send out. The next one is Dr. George Cavett Jr. He was originally from here in Jackson, Mississippi. I had a cousin that passed away last week. It's Mrs. Velma Rucker Taylor, and her funeral will be at 2:00 Saturday. Dr. Cavett's funeral service will be at 11:00 on Saturday at Spring Hill Christian Center. And Brittany, you have a loved one as well that passed away.
Yes, Miss Carla Joyner. Her services will also be Saturday at 11.
Yeah, and so we gotta everybody, we gotta stay prayed up, and you know, that's just, death is inevitable. That's something that's going to happen to every single one of us. And you know, if your family has not experienced it, you know, just keep on living, and you know, it will happen. And so we're going to shift on just a little bit, but we want to make sure that all of those families, you know, we pray for those families.
And definitely don't forget to mention Senator Norwood.
Yes, and we want to ask definitely that we keep the Norwood family, you know, in our prayers. Now, Mrs. Norwood's, her funeral is going to be Saturday
as well at 12.
At 12 at
New Hope.
At New Hope, and it's going to be a family hour at Lakeover Friday tomorrow from 5 to 6. If you want to stop by, and
5:30 to 7.
5:30 to 7. All right, see, they got Maggie Wade Jr. sitting over here. She knows the time.
Listen, he received the same announcement that I did.
There's so much going on, but yes, so definitely, please keep the Norwood family, you know, in your prayers. And Dr. Pickett, thank you so much for your prayers and praying for the families of all of these people, you know, in our community. So it's look, I'm gonna move on because I was at the Capitol yesterday working, and I did a live, and I ended up just talking about things for like 35 minutes. I was just doing a quick live, and I was just talking about things that are going on in the city for about 35 minutes. But it's time for us to stop talking and start putting action to our words, because we'll sit and we'll have meetings and we'll say we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and it doesn't get done. So we got to really start getting out there, boots on the ground. That's what it's going to take to save our city. It's going to take us being invested back in our youth again. And so we're going to say that for another show. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving on.
Let's see what he has on his list today.
Let's see. All right, let me look. I'm checking it off as we get along. All right, so for anyone that is interested in purchasing a home, first-time home buyer, there's a great event that's going to be at the Jackson Convention Center. It's through NACA. Now, I don't know what the acronym NACA stands for, but just know they can get you in the house. And so this event is going to be Friday. It's going to be the May 17th through May 19th from 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but I know about the program. And so with this program, they have down payment assistance. Sometimes you do have to put money down. They have good interest rates. And guess what? Even if you don't have the best credit, they can still help you. So don't think that, my credit is too bad, I can't get in a home. They can help you because they have a lot of private money that they use. But what they do is they take you through budgeting classes to kind of help you manage your money, budget your money, so that you can own a home. And as everybody knows, I sell real estate. I sell real estate for almost 20 years now. It'll be 18. I'm going to say 20. It's almost 20 years. You're going to go on and round it off. But it's important right now to purchase a home, because when you look at how much rent is, people are paying $1,400 to $1,800 a month in rent. If you're paying that kind of money, you need to own it.
I totally agree.
I mean, for $1,400 a month, and I'm paying in rent, I could not. You're going to pay $1,400. That's over $14,000, about $16,500 a year that you're basically giving away, because you'll never see that money back. So when you purchase a home, you're building equity. We have a lot of people that they'll have their homes and they'll be in them for, let's say, 15, 20 years. They'll sell their home to buy another one. And when they sell the home that they're in, they may walk away with $80,000 or $100,000.
Wow.
And so you take that $80,000 or $100,000, use part of it for a down payment, do other things with it. When you move out of an apartment or a home that you're renting, you're lucky if you get that $500 security deposit back, because the landlord going to say, well, you left a little hole in that wall, that's minus $50.
Right.
And so definitely come out to the Jackson Convention Center May 17th through 19th and be a part of this event. It's 8 o'clock a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. So it's no excuse. Well, I got to work. Hey, come on when you get off of work. Come before you go to work. But come out and talk to those people, and it's no charge. It's not going to cost you anything, but you're going to walk away with a lot of knowledge. So make sure you come out to NACA. I don't know what I need to look the acronym
And
up.
I used to know the acronym by heart, because Miss Celeste used to be employed with them.
Yeah, it's North. I'm going to say North America Credit Association.
Well,
I know that's not it.
We're not going to say that, you all.
Look, my mind. I have to look it up now to see what it stands for.
Yes.
Let's see, NACA. I can't find it. I'll find it later. All right, so tell us what's been going on with you this week.
This week has been pretty busy. Can't wait until tomorrow. Like you said, there's been a lot going on within the city. There's a lot going on in the county. Just wanting everyone to know we need to spread and show a little bit more love and sensitiveness to everyone. We don't know what emotional battles people are struggling from. Just this week, the young man killed his mother and two siblings, I believe it was.
Yes.
That's heart-wrenching. And so then lost his life. So that's 4 families. Well, 4 individuals that have been impacted, one family. But if you identify, one person may have, children. So that's other families that have definitely been impacted by this. So definitely we want to get the psychological help that we need. There's nothing in the world wrong with counseling. There's nothing in the world wrong with saying I need some anxiety medicine, because those are the coping mechanisms that help us to be able to deal with the stressors of life.
Yeah, that's it. You really said a mouthful with that. And what we see happen in our community a lot is people don't believe in counseling.
They
don't believe in medication.
They don't.
We hear all the time, we just, we're going to pray about it. Well, we need to pray about it, and we need to take medicine. We need to have a therapist, because that's what God put these people here for us, for.
definitely agree.
You know, that's why God gave us the tools and the resources that we can have. And you know, you may be able to go to counseling, get on medicine, and get yourself together and get stabilized, and you may be able to come off of it, you know, once you get it together. But there's nothing wrong with that. And it you know, it's not our fault that we're dealing with this. It's just the world. So much has happened. You know, look at the pandemic. A lot of people are still bouncing back. A lot of children are still bouncing back because so many kids were without social interaction for 2 years. And in those developmental stages, you are meant to be around people and socialize and do all of that. And so I'm glad you said, and here we go. Ms. Mary Bradley said, May is Mental Health Month, and we need to identify the red flags before something happens. Ms. Bradley, you said a mouthful with that. We gotta start identifying the red flags, because when we see these egregious crimes that are happening, 9 out of 10 times there were warning signs.
Oh, definitely.
9 out of 10 times, a lot of times people have had run-ins. I know this young man that we're talking about that murdered a young man yesterday. I know I saw that he had a run-in with the police in the past, as a criminal past. And so we got to make sure that, and another thing, whenever we're incarcerating people, we got to start making sure we're rehabilitating them. We got to make sure that they're getting the services and things that they need while they're there, as well as when they get out, that they have opportunities and things that they can come to when they get out. And so it's just, it's so much. We can talk about that all night as to what's going on with it, but mental health is really running very strong. Are you excited about summer?
Oh, not because the temperatures are already ramping up already. So no, I'm not.
Wow. And so, moment of transparency, everybody. I do not have AC in my truck. And so that 86 feels like 110, 115. I'm getting it fixed though. Remember I told you, I said I didn't get it fixed because I made it through last summer and I didn't need the AC in the wintertime. But since it's getting hot again, I'm gonna get it fixed this time.
You all don't believe it unless you see him drive out with the window. I do not believe it.
Look, it was raining the other day, and it was hot in the truck, so I'm riding in the rain with my windows down. I said the water will be okay to cool me off when it hit me. But hey, as long as I get in it and it crank up, it can get me from point A to point B. That's all that matters. You know, back in the day, they didn't have AC in cars. I tell my kids that all the time. You know, grandmama and granddad, they didn't have AC, so they made it and they're doing fine. So, you know, we're going to be okay.
But the times have changed.
But yeah, and so another tip, you know, just get on the interstate. So when you go everywhere I get on the interstate, you can drive a little faster and you get a more of a breeze. But
tell me what NACA stand for.
So
I know that you found it because he's definitely a researcher. He's not going to rest until he gets it.
I would not sleep at night if I didn't find out. So NACA stands for Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America. I was way off with mine.
You were.
And NACA was basically established years ago to ensure revitalization of neighborhoods. They wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to buy a home. So it's a great program to get in. We've had several clients that have gone through NACA and they've gotten better interest rates than people with 760 credit scores.
Oh, wow.
And so and also you can refinance your home through NACA, I believe. Let me check and see. I think they do refinance. But come to the session and you can ask them. So I'm not going to tell you. If you want to know if they can refinance, come on out 8 to 8 May 17th through 19th. But it's a great program. It is. And so summertime, kids are getting out of school.
Yes, no more homework for at least 2 months. We can take a break.
You excited about that?
Yes. You're not excited about that?
I am not.
Why?
I will take the homework.
Oh, no.
I would take the homework any day over a higher light bill, over a higher grocery bill.
Those are brownie points too, but the children really do need, and the teachers, they definitely need a breather. So yes, I'm happy for them to get out, reset, relax, regain their focus, and hit it back off. So
all right.
But you can make the adjustments.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that, because see, what we're going to do is when you go to the grocery store, you're going to get extra and we're going to come over. We're going to summer camp at your house. See there, they all summer camp at Brittany's house, everybody. So I'll get the boys, y'all get ready.
We'll be a representative in his house because he loves to say, let's get out on the grill. He loves a family picnic. He always loves to have family and friends around. So
That's
He'll be
it.
fine. We'll be at his house.
Come on over. We're gonna have a real fun summer. But I'm happy about summer, and happy that my kids get a break because
Yes.
they work hard. I got to give it to them. They work
They
hard.
tested all this money.
They tested all this month, and we have a lot of kids that are graduating.
Yes.
So kids are so excited, and Miss Mary Browley said, Fabian, get them involved in some day activities. That's right, Miss Browley. That's a good
That
advice.
is.
No, we have a lot of kids that are graduating, and very excited about that.
Yes, that's a
Uh,
major accomplishment.
It is, and I have a graduate. So my oldest son is graduating Tuesday from Terry High School.
Wow. That
Yeah.
sounds like a graduation party, you guys.
It is very. Oh, here go my mom. Hey there, Alicia. She said, "Good evening, son." She letting everybody know she mama. You see that? Good evening, son. Good evening, mama. How
right,
you
Mama.
doing? But so big graduation, and he had his his senior night this past Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah, had a senior night, and it was it was just. I mean, it was good. I didn't know it was gonna hit me the way it did, but it was good seeing him happy, seeing him able to walk across the stage and seeing like his classmates, everybody, because it's been a journey. It has been Elmer. It has been a journey for Elmer, but he's such a resilient young man. He would not give up. He kept saying, "I want to go to school. I'm ready to graduate." That's all he talked about, and just so proud of him. He was a prom king. So
Yes.
he was Terry High School's prom king, and so it's just that's just a true testament to how you can accomplish anything in life that you want if you believe in yourself. And I'll look my mama say she finally made it on time, even though she 20 minutes late. Yeah, mama, you made it on time. And but it's just good to, because that's why I'm still in my kids every single day. I tell you can do whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to be, no matter what. You keep on pushing. And so now to see, this progress.
Listen, the fruits of your labor.
That's it. So I'm excited about graduation. So look, if y'all see me crying, please don't take pictures. I don't want to look. Remember that Michael Jordan meme where they had Michael Jordan crying and they put it there? Please, y'all, if I'm crying, just please don't take a picture of me. See that you are not invited to graduation. But no, you know what? Y'all take all the pictures, y'all, with them tears of joy. I would love to have that out there. So very proud. I'm proud of him as well as all the other graduates that we have coming out. I'm gonna let y'all know I have been very, very busy these past few days. Brittany, want to tell them what I've been busy doing for our graduates?
He has been writing letters to each graduate. But the unique thing of it all is he's personalizing those letters to let them know from his stance how he feels about the accomplishment that they've made. And I think that does deserve a round of applause, simply because an elected official has taken time out to acknowledge my milestone in life. And in so many cases, that's not, shared amongst, I would say, our scholars. That would be the better word to say.
Yeah, it's not. And when I launched this campaign online, so I put it on there where, I follow a link, and you can fill a survey out to request a congratulatory letter. And when I put it out there, I got in the first 6 hours, I got 200 requests for letters. And I got probably about 250 more that I'm working on trying to get out. And so I could have easily just got a template, printed out and signed it, or printed my signature on and sent it out. But I thought about it. We really need to let these young people know that we're proud of them. And I think that does a lot when you can put in their parts of this, because on a form, it gives the parent or the family member an opportunity to put something special. Like if the child was on honor roll or got a scholarship or on the football team, it has that in it. But I think that really lets them know that their accomplishment is being recognized. And that's not something, that we say. I like doing different stuff. Yeah. And, and it makes me feel good because seeing all of this talent that we have in our district, seeing how great our kids are.
They're doing amazing.
I mean, it's just it's mind blowing. We have one of my constituents. She just completed pharmacy school at 23 years old.
Wow.
Pharmacy school at Xavier, and she got another degree, 2 degrees. It's another one like biomedical something. And
that's amazing.
Graduating from Xavier, she's going up to, I want to say, DC, one of the northern states, to do something else on another program. And so it's
Wow.
amazing, when you see that being, because I like being connected with people. So being able to see that, I think I enjoy it more than they're going to enjoy when they receive it. Because knowing that we have that greatness in our community, because so many people say, oh, it's nothing there. Hines County, it's nothing. I'm telling you, y'all will be surprised at these bright young people that we have in Hines County and in Jackson. But the problem is they go to college and it's nothing for them to come back home to. So they go other places and pursue other lives and other careers. So we got to start making it feasible for them to stay here. If we want to stay here, we got to give them things to keep them here. Yes, because we
Well,
got
we
some great
want to
people.
congratulate your son, April. I did see that that he's graduating. So definitely want to congratulate your son, Mr. Everett. So he's at the Jackson Public Schools Early College Program at Tougaloo.
Wow.
So he's going to get a high school diploma, a AA degree, and then also be ready to start. I think it's their junior year in college at
Oh,
Tougaloo with the early college program JPS has.
wow.
I think that's amazing.
Congratulations. I was actually at his graduation.
Okay.
Because they graduated with everybody else. And so, here go Mama. Don't forget Yazoo County. We're so proud of Yazoo County and Yazoo City too, Mama. It's a lot of
Your
great
mama
people.
said she gonna take care of home first.
That-
That's right, Mama. Take care of home.
That's it. But so this is the thing about. So I was at the graduation. I went over there, and so I got the graduation program, and reading through it, and I'm looking, and I saw one page that had Associate of Arts degrees. And I was looking at it, and I like Tougaloo doesn't offer, so it must be a typo. And so the former president, Dr. Hogan, was sitting behind me, and so I turned around to her, I said, "Y'all offer associate degrees?" And she said, "No, that's the early learning program, college program." And I'm like, "Wow!" See, I didn't know that they were getting associate degrees. I thought they were just taking college hours. But these students in this program, they're completing their high school diploma as well as they have an associate's degree when they graduate from high school. So they go straight into their junior year and they don't have to pay college tuition, right?
I think there's a discount. I think they
It's a-
do have to pay, but I think there is a discount.
It's a discount. That's a good program. I'm actually gonna see if we can work on getting something implemented like that in Hines County School District.
That would be good.
So we can get a partnership with maybe Hines to get that out there because taking college classes, but getting an associate degree,
That's amazing.
it took me a few years to get my associate degree. Because when I got out of high school, I played around a little. I played around for a little while trying to find my way, but going straight into college with an associate degree would have helped a lot. I'm sure it's helping those students a lot.
Definitely open up doors.
It does. So that is definitely a great thing. All right, what else going on with you, Ms. Bowman?
Tell us what's on the checkoff, please.
I'm checking it all off. I'm out of stuff. I done checked everything off.
No,
now.
I know that's not true. I know he's gonna tell us what's been going on at Mississippi State Capitol. I call it the White House of Mississippi.
Oh, when you say Mississippi State Capitol, I light up and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk when you say that. And so what do we have going on? All right. So this week we actually had a few things happen. And so I know we were talking about, we got out of session on May 5th, but technically session didn't end until May 14th. We weren't going still. We were just adjourned. I'm sorry, not adjourned. We were in recess until May 14th. And people wondering, why did y'all do that? Well, what happens is during session, whenever we pass a bill and out of both chambers and send it to the governor has 5 days to sign it into law, not sign it, and it becomes law, or veto it. And so the reason we pushed the session out to the 14th is just in case he vetoed an important piece of legislation, we can go back in and override it. So we can override a governor veto with a 2/3 majority in both chambers. And so since we did that, guess what happened?
What happened?
The governor didn't bother us. And so he did veto a few things, a few bills that weren't really, I would say, high priority items or really anything that's going to change the world. But one thing that happens every single year is, and I got my receipts right here. So this is our appropriations bill. This is Senate Bill 2468. So what we do is at the end of each session, we put all of our projects in a bill that's called an appropriations bill. Well, the way the Constitution works is it allows the governor to go and veto line items on the appropriation bill. So the governor can literally go and look at the bill and he can take off any projects he doesn't want.
Wow.
And so what happened, and every year he does that. But guess what? He didn't do it this year. So none of our line items were vetoed this year. And so that's a good thing.
Yay.
And so we have some things. We got some things coming to Hinds County. Got things coming to District 66, and very happy about that. We're still working hard because we did get some things. We still have a lot more to get. Had some things that we asked for, we didn't get, but we're going to keep on asking for them. I know one really good item is we got some money to repair the courthouse, and so I want to say it was about $2 million that we got to go towards the Hinds County Courthouse. As you know, it's been in disrepair for quite some time. Actually, can't have court in the circuit court, one of the circuit courtrooms. I want to say Judge Gibbs's courtroom, maybe, because it's raining in the courtroom.
Wow.
The roof is bad and it's raining. And so we did get money for that. One thing I'm very, very happy about is we gave $500,000 to the Hinds County Sheriff's Department to buy body cams and some more police cars.
Okay. Great for Hinds County Sheriff.
Yes, it is, because I've seen some of those cars, and I remember we were doing, on the real estate side, we were doing an eviction. And so, we had to have a sheriff's deputy present when we're doing evictions. And so they have these special deputies that come out. And so the deputy came out, to assist us with the eviction, and her car broke down while she was out there. And so she had to call them to come with the tow truck, and it was a county vehicle.
Wow.
She had to call them to come and pick it up and bring her another car out so that she can get back to the sheriff's department. And she was saying that they had just gotten the car out of the shop right before she came over there. And so like, when I hear this, now we're going to be able to get more vehicles for the sheriff's department. That makes me feel good. We get more body cams. That's a good thing, because that protects the deputy as well as the civilians. And so I was very, very happy about that one. And it's so many other things in here. I do want to shift forward and talk about what we recently had at the court trial that we just had. How do you feel about the verdict?
I have mixed feelings about it. I definitely totally agree with the ruling. However,
I guess we probably need to tell them which one we're talking about. We just went right into look, we're sorry, y'all, but this is about the case where the lady, she was driving under the influence, and she was in an accident which resulted in the mother losing her life, a 6-month-old son losing his life, and there were 2 of her daughters that didn't lose their life, but they're going to be suffering from medical issues because they were hurt pretty bad. So that's what we're talking about. So we could tell how you feel about it now.
Yeah, I was very pleased with the verdict. Very, very pleased. However, I still was uneasy because of the fact, I know we all are different in so many different capacities. However, when you've wronged someone, whether you feel as if it is wrong or not, you still owe that family some form of apology. And my mom has always taught us, don't say anything that you don't mean, and words hurt. And I know as children, we were told, sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt. That is the biggest lie ever told. Words do hurt. Words carry a lot of meaning. And in most cases, what you say, you can't retract those statements. They've already been said. The only thing you can do is apologize or dress up what you've already stated. And so for her to stand there and not apologize to the family was very heart-wrenching for me. It brought back some bad, ill feelings in my heart to want to just act out because of that. And also it took me back to a point in state of mind of when Dr. Martin Luther King was here on, traveling, because he was definitely God sent to come here to help us all. He was not about race discrimination or anything. But to see her there and her attorney vouching for her actions and stating, there should be the trial, they need another hearing, another trial, and all these excuses, instead of just stating that she's wrong. Yes, she's an older lady, and yes, she has to spend the rest of her life in jail. However, our actions have consequences, and whether they're good or bad, we have to live with those consequences. And so for her to sit there and not one time apologize to that mother, a hurting mother, I don't know, because I have not ever lost a child. I don't have one, but I've seen my mom hurt from my oldest brother dying of cancer. That's a good wrenching feeling that you don't even have the right words to say. Only thing you can say is, I love you, I care. But you can't tell a person, I know what you're going through, because I hadn't experienced it. So I don't know how that feels. But to see her there, and even Judge Kidd alluded to, you have not one time been remorseful or made any statement towards them, even when the opportunity was allowed. She still didn't say anything, which really lets me know that our criminal justice system definitely needs some work. Way before it got to this, she should have been not patted on the wrist, unfortunately. Some type of recourse should have been provided to her. And rehabilitation, as the Judge Kidd stated, that's too late. It is too late to rehabilitate you now, because lives have been lost.
And like Judge Kidd says, nothing that this court can do that's going to bring these people back.
It's nothing.
And I'm going to just send a shout out to Judge Kidd. And if anybody knows Judge Kidd, please tell him that Fabian Nelson is sending him a shout out, because he handled that appropriately.
He did very well. He was very professional about it. I couldn't feel any bias. And sometimes in cases, you can see where a judge might be leaning toward being biased, but he remained professional. He didn't raise his tone, but he was very thorough in his explanation of explaining why he was doing what he was doing. So with that being said, you have to appreciate what he did yesterday. I mean, you can't argue with the truth, because the facts are there.
Yeah, that's it. And and he said several times, you had several opportunities.
Correct.
And he said you have not shown any emotion, you have not shown no remorse or nothing. He said that oftentimes as a judge, I have a hard time with sentencing. He said, but I didn't have a hard time with this one, because you showed no remorse in that. And so let's back up just a little bit. So I understand when they were at trial, you don't have to take the witness stand and testify. That's your right. And I can understand her saying, I'm not going to get on the witness stand because I don't want to, incriminate or do anything. I can understand that. But at the point when she was found guilty and knows she's going to jail, that's the point where she should have stood up and said, I am sorry, apologize. I mean, any human being, decent human being, you have ruined this family. And then you sit there, no tear shed, no. It's just I can't figure it out for the life of me. What was going through her mind as to why she would not do that. I mean, it's just and I understand. I guess that maybe why I'm not an attorney. I understand when you're an attorney that your job and goal is to get your client off, but for him to get on there, and I'm so glad the news cut him off when they were interviewing him, because for him to get on there and say, yeah, she had remorse, and she expressed to me several times. When they cut him off, I was so happy, because that is a lie. Because if she was remorseful, she'll need to express to you. She need to express to that family, whose family member she killed. Expressing to you ain't doing anything. She need to apologize. And here we go. Reprobate mind, Fabian. Demonic. That's it. That's Miss Mary probably said demonic.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that it is. And I'm gonna tell you, when I was listening to this trial, they said the defense attorney said that the people in the car didn't have their seatbelts on. I don't care.
And this is my thing. What I just a pet peeve that makes my just flesh crawl. We have to come to a point where we stop making excuses for people. Whether the seatbelt was on, off, out the car, on the back seat, on the floor, it still does not negate the fact that they stated that this woman was in and out of lanes, causing rocks from the side of the road that were tracking back from vehicles to hit other cars because she's bobbing and weaving out of lanes. That in itself is reckless driving right there. You're endangering not only yourself, but others. Yeah. So before she even made it to the intersection of Spring Ridge and Highway 18, she was already putting other people's lives in danger. And for him to also say, well, that's not the evidence that the state brought in. They didn't have that concrete evidence. Sir, can you justify or explain this? Because none of what you're saying is making sense to me.
If I were attorney, and I'm not sure how this works, and if an attorney can do this or not, but if I were an attorney and she asked me to represent her, I would have said, the only way I'm going to represent you is, if you take responsibility for your action, and I can maybe try to help you get a reduced sentence, but I'm not going to get up here and torment this family, because that's tormenting that family when they got to sit there. Hey, they're Representative Brown, how you doing? I'm doing good. Oh, yes, sir.
You sounding good, man.
Thank you so much. I got to get it from you. That's our Representative Brown. His shows after hours. But for you, that's torture for that family to sit there. And her family, I can tell you, her family is strong, because there's no way in the world I would have been able to sit there and contain myself with all of this going on, knowing
God will
that
give you the strength.
you know.
He will. Sometimes, we're put in certain situations and they're very difficult. We're like, oh God, I don't know how. But when you get there, He's already provided with the strength and the willpower to maintain. Even though that was definitely a very difficult, I just couldn't put into words the feeling to have to hear that and see there and look at her expressions on her face. But the entire time, she never changed. The look of her face or demeanor never changed. She just was there as if, okay, what's next?
Yeah, that's it. She just like, can we get this over? She was just literally looking like, can we get this over so I can go back home or go back to the bar? That's how she was looking. Mm-hmm. And I've heard that they're going to try to file an appeal on the grounds of inaccurate testing, alcohol testing. Now, this is what happened. They didn't test her right away. I want to say it was maybe 3-4 hours after, and they did the blood test, and that's more accurate than breathalyzer and all that. And so what happened? They tested her 4 hours. So actually, I agree with them. It's not going to be accurate because she actually was drunker than what the test said. So they're right. She was drunker. So they need to go and say she was drunker, because in 4 hours, alcohol can metabolize pretty fast in your system. And so she was she was drunker, unless she was in the back of the police car getting drunk, when she was arrested, but she had nothing else to drink after that accident. So she was actually drunker. And so I don't, it's time out for these games. People have to be held accountable for their actions. And another thing that I am going to say, and I might get pushback for saying this, but there's some liability on the establishment to serve this lady. If she were that intoxicated, where she was totally inebriated, they should not let her go and get behind the wheel of a car. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to place blame on them, but I'm just saying, we need to start making sure that our, maybe restaurants, whatever it is, that serve alcohol, we need to make sure that they are making sure that people are,
watching the behavior of their patrons.
Yeah.
Because you can tell when someone is highly intoxicated, you may want to just say, hey, get you a glass of water, sit down and kind of rest, reset for a minute before, because you may have a long drive. You can phrase it any type of way versus allowing that to happen, because as the mother alluded to, her daughters will never, ever get to their mom to, tell them about, how to grow up as a female, how to approach relationships, how to approach marriage, those monumental moments that are just so sentimental, they won't ever receive that from their mother. And a mother's love is unmatched.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. And then, dad is we good, but ain't nothing like mama. Right. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like mama. The nurturing, because we don't have that nurturing. Men, we don't have it like y'all do. Y'all don't. We don't. But y'all have it. So it's just we gotta. I think there are a lot of things and another thing that you said that made a lot of sense. We need to figure out why she was walking around as a free woman. Because I want to say the third DUI is maybe a felony DUI, and I think you should be doing some time somewhere or something. I mean, if you had a many DUIs, the state should just take your license so you can't drive, period, is what they should say. I mean, I don't. It should be something.
But there's always.
Ms. Mary Briley, you are correct. Establish is also responsible, but it's about the almighty dollar. That's right, Ms. Briley. If you have the money, they're gonna keep on serving you. And I mean, it's not like even if you're buzz drinking is drunk drive. So I'm not encouraging anybody to do that. But it's not like that she was just a little buzzed. If she was that messed up, she probably was staggering, words were slurred and everything. It should have been visible that this lady doesn't need to be behind the wheel. But what's probably happened is that probably was an everyday thing for us. They probably knew, oh, she come here all the time, and it's just the norm for us.
Mhm.
But I have been to places where they won't even serve people. Like people that get real intoxicated, or they'll cut them off.
And
They'll
that's
stop.
good.
I'm gonna tell you one. It's a casino, and so you're the casino. It was a lady there one night, and she had too much to drink, and she was cussing, and she was so upset, and they wouldn't give anyone like, no, ma'am, we couldn't. I don't know, it doesn't matter, but they would not give her anything else because they said, ma'am, no. And so we really need to be. We really need to pay attention to that
Definitely.
and make sure that because that is it's
That's a hard pill to swallow.
that's a very hard pill to swallow. All right, so back to the Capitol. So Tuesday we had the Mississippi State Capitol had the blues Tuesday, and so
Y'all done had the blues because y'all left some people out.
you're
One person I didn't see.
oh my goodness. So what we did is we passed a resolution this last session, which basically establishes Mississippi as the birthplace of Southern soul music. So now Mississippi owns Southern soul music. And so what we did is we invited a lot of artists and DJs to the Capitol yesterday. We had probably about 200 people. They came up there. They got tours of the Capitol, had a press conference, and it was just a really good moment. Just letting these people come be a part of it and seeing their name, at the Capitol, knowing that their name is now forever embedded in the history of Mississippi. And so after that, they had an after party over at M-Bar, had live performances at M-Bar. And I missed it because we had senior night Tuesday. And so had live performances. And they're going to start doing like a Southern Soul night at M-Bar every Tuesday. It's going to be like half off appetizers and have live performances. So,
Oh, wow.
so it's just, this is something to really give people something to do, revitalize the community, and just give people hope again. So, we're happy about that. Something else I want to talk about that slipped my mind.
So you all had that on Tuesday. So I'm just trying to see, how did you all choose or select or have a list where names submitted of all artists and DJs?
So we did. We just had people. We had several eyes that were on this document. And like, hey, if we left somebody off, let us know. That what so and so. So unfortunately, some people did get left off.
They did.
Yeah, and so we're going to work on figuring out a way to get them included in that. I mean, even if it comes down to me doing another proclamation and putting them on there, but we want to make sure that everybody is acknowledged because so many people have contributed to Southern Soul music, and we want to make sure that they all have their day. And what was I going to talk about? It slipped my mind. This is killing me now.
You should have had him at grocery list, y'all. He got a checkoff list in here.
I sure should have. Want to wish a very happy birthday to Mr. TP over at Names and Faces. It's his birthday today.
Okay.
So happy birthday, TP. I think he's gonna have a big celebration this weekend. Is this Tara season?
It's
Okay.
Tara season.
So it's Tara season. So Tara says y'all don't have some Names and Faces. I also want to wish another one of our very, very big supporters, Mr. Timothy Brown, a very happy birthday. And he is celebrating down at Johnny T's this evening. So if y'all want something to do, go by Johnny T's and tell Timothy happy birthday. Great guy. He does a lot of things with candidates around town. So got those two birthdays. What is this I want to talk about?
I don't know, Representative Nielsen.
It's so much. I know if I start talking, I'm gonna keep on talking, and Handyman will end up cutting us off at the 7 o'clock. So I can't remember what it was. We talked about the storm. We talked about everything going on in the community. Tell us something that's going on with you. Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
Now, so I'm gonna tell you about this lady. See, she be sitting there talking about other people and what other people are doing, how it's so great, but she don't talk about what she has going on. So tell me about Friends of Jackson.
He already know that that's not my reason for being here, but definitely Friends of Jackson is a mentorship program that I established back in 2021. We service students right now at Key Elementary School. My goal is to just help students know that they have a counselor in a sense, someone outside mom or dad, grandma, grandmom, We are that village that you can come to us about anything. It's confidential. We don't share what we discuss with the administrators of the school unless it's deemed necessary. As Fabian alluded to, I don't take credit for any of it. It's a collaborative effort. We all work together. I've actually been out of the loop for the last 2 months because of work. But however, they've still been, the mentors of the program have still been going on, still been servicing the kids. And that's what it's about. As he alluded to earlier in the show, we have a lot of crimes being committed by young people. And so our goal is to be in the school, be there, help them build some life skills, help them with their academics, but as well as help them with social skills, because life is important outside of school. You can be there physically, but if your mind is there, you're not able, if your mind isn't there, you're not able to retain the information that they're given. So tomorrow we're having our end of the year celebration at the Environmental Learning Center on Highway 18. And Ms. Willow Watson has coordinated that project. And so the students will be out there fishing and playing games and eating and just having a great time with the mentors. And it's for the Friends of Jackson mentees as well as the 5th grade students at Key Elementary. And I want to shout out some sponsors who definitely assisted in sponsoring this project. Attorney John Coletti, phenomenal. Anytime I call for my church or anything that's community-based, he is hands-on going to do it. Attorney John Coletti, I thank you so much for you. Another one, Judge Winston Kidd. Anytime I send him an email for anything that we're doing in the community, he's hands-on. Mr. Stephen Pickett, he's another one. Anytime you're doing something for the community, they're hands-on. So again, I want to shout out those 3 main sponsors that we had this year. Last year, of course, it was a plethora of people. But this year, as I stated, work consuming. So other sponsors who assisted us last year, please don't take it, to heart by me not reaching out to you. Just life has been life and work has been working. So these people, are in my rotation. So, but even if you want to contribute or come out tomorrow, we will be there. I won't be there all day because again, work duty calls me, but the mentors and mentees will be there from 9 a.m. to about 12. So if you're free, come out and fellowship with the students. Bring your appetite because there will be food, or if you want to bring some food out there for the mentees and the adults to eat, we definitely welcome that. But again, if you want to join Friends of Jackson, reach out to Representative Nelson, or you can contact me, 601-421-0877. We're always looking for mentors. Actually, we're trying to branch out to go to one of the local middle schools and help out there. So again, all hands on deck. It's not an I project, it's a we project. So that's all that I have going on, Representative Nelson.
Well, that is a lot. And sponsors that didn't get a call this year, y'all could be looking for one next year, FYI. But yeah, Friends of Jackson, that's a great program. And just seeing the kids, they're always excited about it.
They are.
And I remember coming out last year, because I came to the program for the first time last year, and it was at the what is it? The
ELC.
The ELC. And I didn't realize all that was out there. Nobody told me that there was a pond out there. And so I came out there to drop off some chips or something. I was dropping something off, and I saw the pond, so I was out there with my suit on fishing.
He was, you are.
You-
I'm looking for him. I see his truck. I'm like, where Representative Nelson? They was like, he's somewhere with the kids. I looked at it. He on, like old people say, he on the fish bank.
But I was down there. But I really enjoyed spending the time with them, and the kids had a great time. So that is it's a big program. How many children are in this program now?
25. 25 students at Key.
25 students. And last year, there were more than 25 kids out there.
Yeah, it was. So last year, it was the 25 mentees along with the 5th grade class.
Okay, so is that going to be this?
This
Okay.
year's, well, it's supposed to be.
Okay.
The 25 mentees along with the 5th grade. Not certain how many 5th graders are coming, but it definitely, we try to commingle those together.
Okay, so and another thing is the kids know that they have to be on good behavior all year in order to get this end of the year field trip. And so when we start holding our kids accountable, then they're going to think twice when they do things they shouldn't do. And I'll tell you, when they get out of hand, the mentees go up there and get on them, and it ain't a pretty sight. They get them right back turned around. And so it's a great program. So thank you for that program. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Yes, thank you.
I'm hoping to have a little more time on my hands next year, because this year it was trying to get acclimated to Capitol. I didn't have much time to really be there as much as I would have liked to have been there. But next year we're gonna see what we can get done to do the thing and get it expanded, because we need community programs. They're
vital.
When we have community organizations, those are the people that have the heart for community.
Definitely.
We just got to make sure we're giving them the what? The resources.
Mhm.
You give the people with the heart the resources, and that turns the community around.
It does.
It's not going to be all about, the church, the politicians. It's not going to be all about any of that. It's all about a collaborative effort with everybody getting together and realizing what your strong suits are, and you stand in your lane and working together collaboratively instead of one person trying to say, I'm gonna do everything on my own, and then you
Get
get
failure.
nothing done. So we're gonna keep on pushing that. And Francis Jackson and got some fishing boats out there for him now.
So you ready for the
But so that's what we got going on with that. And look, I think that's it. We're gonna wrap it up a little early this evening and get out of this weather. Y'all, stay safe. I have one of my constituents call me. I hope everything's fine. But y'all stay safe out there. If it's water over the roadway, don't
go.
what is it? Turn around, don't drown.
Don't drown.
Because 1 inch of water is enough to pour your car. Water is very powerful. If you see a down power line, please don't drive over it, don't touch it, don't jump over it, don't just go the other way. Because a lot of times the lines are down, but they're still alive. And there's so many volts going through that thing, you won't need a perm if you touch it. So please, y'all, stay away from power lines. Another tip, if you are using a generator, make sure it's in a well-ventilated area outside, away from your house. Don't put it in a garage. Don't put it under a carport. Make sure it's in a well-ventilated area if you're using a generator. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if it does, y'all know what to do. All right. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you all. We'll see you all next Thursday.
We'll see you next Thursday. They're going to take us on out of here, y'all. Okay, let's see here.
The views on the preceding show does not reflect the views of WNPR's management, staff, or its underwriters.
All right, y'all streaming out. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we enjoyed having y'all as always. And we'll see y'all next Thursday, same time, same place. Ain't that right, Brittany?
That's right.
All right.